He had such an amazing game. Did you expect that? I mean, is that him?
Well, I think he's just, a really improved offensive player. Playing with great confidence and his efficiency tonight, was phenomenal. I mean, 13 makes on 17 shots is incredible.
Questions for Coach?
Something about Davis. He was phenomenal for them.
Yeah, I thought, in the second half, he was just, he dominated the basketball game, got whatever shots he wanted. And, he played great. He's a great player. He's got great quickness. He's, his 10 free throws, they took 35 foul shots and he was phenomenal. Not really. I mean, I think every player's got his own identity, his own style. We didn't have a lot of time to watch film, because of back-to-back games. So, but he's a great player.
Eric, what did you think of T Mark today? And then what did you say of that scary situation?
I can't really hear you right now, Scott.
Just thoughts on T Mark's game today, and then the scary situation toward the end. What do you know about his health?
Yeah, I mean, I won't know anything really until I get word from Doc. So I don't have any real update on his health. But he played, phenomenal basketball. I mean, his offensive efficiency tonight was really good.
What were they checking him for when he was down on the floor?
I'd rather not get into too much, Scotty. I mean, it's his back, not his neck or head, but it's his back.
Last thing, I think I've got 2 techs and a flagrant for TB this week. Do you talk to him about it, address it in some way?
Yeah, I mean, we watched film of it this morning. Yeah, it was addressed. Today's was more of just kind of a basketball play.
Coach, maybe what's the biggest question that you think needs to be answered from this group, or maybe your top concern as you go back home here?
Well, Curtis, I think there's a lot of concerns, maybe too many to go through right now.
Coach, just what did you see from Layden this week? I mean, he looked like he belonged on the floor a lot of the time he was out there this week.
Yeah, I thought he played, with confidence. He got minutes. I mean, obviously we only had 2 double-digit scores tonight, and he was one of them. We got to do a better job guarding Davis, though, than what we did in the second half. And that's everybody. Guys that are assigned to him, weak side help, all those things.
Layden, for you, just what do you feel like you did well this week, and maybe you feel like you kind of grew up on this stage?
I felt like things I did well just to bring energy. I just tried to make the hustle plays and do the little things just to bring life, and just playing defense, just being a dog on defense and being active.
Coach, I know you just said, maybe a lot of things to get into that you guys need to work on. What do the next few days look like for you? Obviously 3 games in 3 days, but you got a few days later, you play Duke.
Yeah, I haven't really decided what, obviously we're not doing anything tomorrow. Might not do anything Sunday, it's too soon from a 3 games and 3 nights ending.
And then just curious what you thought about Jeremiah Davenport, maybe the energy that he provided and just maybe the way he responded after not getting to play yesterday.
Well, he had a minor injury yesterday and was in a boot all morning. So that contributed to, they didn't really know what it was. He woke up with foot soreness that was point tender. And when you're at a team meal and it's for breakfast and someone's in a boot and Dr. Hart came and talked to me and said that it was point tender, and it felt better at game time. He was available, but saw no real reason if if it hurt bad enough to put him in a boot.
Did you like what you saw from him today, though?
Thought he played good. I mean, we lost by 15 and, we've now lost two in a row. And, so we have, there's a lot of things that we've got to try to sort out.
Coach, I think you guys held North Carolina to 2 of their last 10 from the field to close the first half. What contributed to that? And then what changed, I guess, second half that got their offense going?
Baycott and Davis weren't in foul trouble. I mean, I'm just being honest. Those, Coach Davis elected for them not to play with 2 fouls, and he made a smart decision. And they came back fresh too. Though both those guys played pretty significant minutes in the tournament, and when they got when they weren't in foul trouble, which they weren't in the second half because Coach Davis, didn't let either one of them pick up a third one. So that's why they went on a big run. Those 2 guys' offense was better than our defense. Harrison Ingram's post-ups were too good. And then I thought that some of their guys like, Seven Trimble, I mean, his 2 threes were backbreakers when we tried to help a little bit.
And Layden, real quick, just thoughts on Tremont today, the game that he had.
I feel like Tremont, he played really well today. He really kept us going at times, with his scoring and just his energy he brought, just on both ends. Just kind of heartbreaking what happened at the end at the foul or when he fell, but overall I think he played pretty good today.
Eric, you mentioned Ingram sort of playing out of the post and facilitating from the block at times. Like, does that just make a team more difficult to cover? I mean, that's a look that UNC's not really shown a lot already this season, but does that just sort of make them even harder to guard when he's doing that?
Yeah, I mean, I thought he had great patience in the post when he was crab dribbling. And we're just not as long as we have been for the last 9 years at the small forward spot. I mean, we have a lot of guys 6'5" and we've had 6'7" and that's a little bit of a hole in our roster right now is length at the 3 spot. So we had it at Nevada with the Martin twins, and we had it with the Dees Tony, and we had it with Stan Amude, and that's I thought that was a problem last night as well. Small forward defending, Jones, and I thought it was a problem guarding Stanford at the 3, that Jones. So Jones and Ingram, have hurt us with length at the small forward spot.
Didn't you have such a short time to prepare?
Yeah, I think both teams beat us, the last 2 nights. I mean, I think it was they both played better than we did. I've never been a part of a 3-game segment where, like North Carolina's game ended before ours. We had a meeting after we got back yesterday, and then we came back and had another one. It was 10:45 by the time the guys got out of that one. So, to the general fan, 3 hours might not sound like much, but we would have much rather been meeting at 8 as opposed to, 10:30 or whatever. So.
See a guy like Darcy Davis.
That he's a star, that he can take you off the bounce, hard dribble drive with his right hand in the slot, and he's a really good 3-point shooter. So you got to play the dribble drive, and you got to play, the 3. And he was playing. I mean, second half he was incredible. Yeah.